Hey, what's up? Sorry for that utter mess of a video that I recently posted. That was just kind of a shits and giggles thing. It was kind of fun to make, I guess, and I thought some parts of it were kind of funny, but yeah, that wasn't anything serious or a preview of what's to come or anything. So relax. But I just I got some cool stuff that I kind of want to show, so it's kind of like a legitimate video again. But like I said, I do have actual like really cool stuff in the making still, so just be on the lookout for that. Yeah. So I recently bought the Opeth box set. It comes with well, here I'll show you. Yeah, we'll start this way. Comes with the Lamentations live CD. It's 2 discs. I originally thought that it was actually a CD and a DVD, but it is just 2 CDs, which is cool too. I was just really excited for the DVD, but I don't know where I read that, but yeah, still really good. It's all songs from Blackwater Park, Damnation, and Deliverance, which are yep, just songs from those albums, which are, well, I just gave it away, the albums, the other albums that come in the box. So yeah, here we have Blackwater Park. Oh, just holding it gives me chills. Yeah, I haven't heard it in its entirety yet. I've heard, well, yeah, what have I heard? I've heard The Leper Affinity and Bleak and Harvest and Dirge for November and part of the Drapery Falls, but I haven't, sat down and listened to it and read the lyrics while it's going and stuff, and I've never been so excited for anything in a while. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I'm really excited. That's all I mean. Yeah. So obviously regarded very highly. Yeah, really glad I have it. Now, the other 2 albums, Damnation and Deliverance, if you're not familiar, are really cool because in albums before these 2 albums, like Blackwater Park and Still Life and My Arms, Your Hearse and Orchid, and Morning Rise, that's right. It's not always this black and white, but Opeth is kind of characterized by the fact that they have parts that are really crushing and really brutal and like growling and distorted riffs, obviously, because they're a metal band. But then they'll have other parts that are like acoustic guitars, like really folksy, and then like singing and stuff like that. And it's not always that black and white, like I just said, but that's just kind of what they're known for. And I think either they came up with the idea, or I read somewhere that someone else might have told them or suggested it, that they make one album that's completely their soft side and then another album that's completely their heavy side. That's exactly what they did. Damnation is the soft one. Definitely not emotionally soft, but just you know what I mean. I just finished actually listening to this in its entirety, and it's really, really good. Yeah, it's definitely not like lacking because of the lack of growling or really heavy riffs or anything. And then Deliverance, the super heavy one, and I haven't finished this one yet, but I'm actually listening to it right now at the moment, and it's fucking awesome. It's heavy as hell. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, they're just an incredible band, and I'm really, really glad that I bought this. If you're looking into buying it, if you don't have any of these albums or whatever, you can get it on Amazon for less than $30, and you can get it cheaper new than used. So it's like, I'll take new, thank you. So yeah, definitely a very good musical purchase. Now, I have some other CDs too here that I didn't really buy recently. It's kind of been a while since I bought them, but I just haven't shown them on camera yet. So yeah. First we have The Earth Is Not a Cold Dead Place by Explosions in the Sky. It's my first post-rock album, which is a genre I'm really getting into. I've been really getting into lately. If you're not familiar with it, since it's not a super popular genre, why am I opening it? It's basically, it's sort of hard to explain. Think of it as most of the time just being a standard rock setup with just guitar, bass, and drums most of the time. Typically no vocalist. Again, most of the time. There's a few bands that have a vocalist, but most of the time they don't. Explosions in the Sky doesn't. And think of it as just kind of a very exaggerated version of rock. The song structures are very sprawled out. A lot of focus on repetition. A lot of focus on just creating a soundscape. You know, just like a different place that it kind of brings you to. And that is this is this album definitely does that. I haven't heard a lot of entire post-rock albums, but I've heard a lot of, like, tons of songs by different bands, and so far this is some of the best I've heard, because there's just some really, like, all of these songs on it. I mean, there's 5 songs, but they're all really memorable, and they're all really just lots of beautiful melodies, and it definitely takes you somewhere. Definitely paints a picture and evokes emotion out of you, despite there being no words. Very accessible post-rock, too. The longest song is 10 minutes, which actually isn't that bad for the genre. As opposed to like bands like Godspeed You, Black Emperor, which are also incredible musicians too, but like, you know, they have an album where after the first 2 songs you have to put in another disc. So this is definitely a good album to start off the genre with, if you've been thinking about getting into it. The Earth is Not a Cold Dead Place. Next, The Great Misdirect by Between the Buried and Me. Awesome album, just like I expected, because, you know, I'm kind of a fanboy now. It's colors, but it's a lot proggier, and it's a lot a little bit more of a caricature, you know, of their genre. The songs are longer. There's less songs. Still really good though. I mean, maybe a bit too long. Swim to the Moon is like 18 minutes, you know, and that's fine. It's just it gets a little wanky at sometimes. It's fun though. Obfuscation and Desert of Song, I think, are 2 of my favorite Between the Buried and Me songs though, so that's definitely a plus, and the rest are really good, you know. Yeah, so now I have this Colors Live in Alaska, so that's cool. Yeah, definitely. If you've only heard Colors or whatever, I'd definitely say still pick this up too if you're still interested in the band. Yeah. And next, or last, I guess, Deloused in the Comatorium by the Mars Volta. I mentioned in another CD update that my uncle gave me his entire music library with just a bunch of stuff, and I've just been listening to a bunch of stuff from it, and this was in there, and I'd been listening to it just like that, like, I put it on my iPod, but like on the computer and stuff too, for months, and then I finally bought the album, and it's one of my favorite albums ever, I think, now. Probably in my top 20. It's really, really good, just progressive rock, really, really weird at times, really spacey, lots of ambient noise, but amazing musicianship, amazing, you know, songwriting in general, vocals especially. Very intriguing concept as well. So yeah, good stuff. Glad I have that now. Also one of my favorite album covers. I don't know if the light's reflecting off of it or whatever, but yeah. So yeah, that's just some stuff I've gotten recently, so yeah. Thanks for watching.